this is Lena from Lena's Crafty Corner. I'm still working my way through this journal that seems to be taking me forever. I keep doing a bit, stopping, starting something else, and then have to go back to it again. So I've just seen that I've still got some clips on from something else, and it's making it a bit bulky for me to work on. So I'll just quickly grab those out. I like to secure all the pages down once I've turned off the camera, and I leave them like that. Oh, that's an altered paper clip. So I want to cover these 2 pages, and the way I do it is I have a lot of ephemera made, but I also make ephemera as I go. If I see there's something else I want on it, I'll make it as I go. So I want this page completely covered up. This one, I do love the owl, but I'm going to cover some of the writing up. I'm going to start with, just make sure I'm in frame so you can see me. Yeah. I'm going to start with some stenciling, I think, in the background. I love these bits, but they're not the right colours. So I'm going to just do round the edges, just in case any of the edges are showing. I've got a lot of, I can't think what you call them, sponges, and I've got some colours. Oh, this one felt a bit dry then. I hope that's not gone dry. Or maybe not. I mean, I don't know how much of this will show because, as I say, I am covering it, but it was just, if anything shows, I just wanted something around the edge. I don't like the complete white look, so I'm just going to do a little bit of this, and again on here, because I know I'm not putting anything around the owl. I want the owl left, you know, just showing. So I just thought we'd have a little bit of stenciling. There we go. And that one is the Oxide, Distress Oxide, and it's aged mahogany. And I quite like that. I haven't brought many. Oh, I have three. I'm going to say I haven't brought any stencils. I have three. So we'll have a bit of this. Not quite sure what this one is, but I like it anyway. So we'll have a little bit of that. I think I'm going to do that though. What colour have I got here? I've got Brushed Corduroy. So I'm going to try a little bit of this. Have I actually got a... Yes, I have. I think that one was the Brushed Corduroy, was it? Yeah, I think it was. Trying to match them up to the right colours afterwards, because I haven't found a system yet with these big things to keep them with them, so... Oh yeah, I like that. That is really nice. Interesting. Yeah, I like the look of that. As I say, if I don't get right to the edges, then it doesn't really matter, because this is quite interesting to look at. I just didn't want the purpley bits showing, because it's not the colour scheme, you know. Yeah. Do I want just a tiny bit up there? And I'm going to just see if I can do something down there. Yeah, I like that. Let's move those out of the way. Oh, I've got a load of colours out, and I haven't used that many of them, but so far I like that. So I'm going to just put my sponges out the way and just keep my go-to ones of my inks, and then move the others just out the way. Sorry for my arm going straight across. Yeah, so I do really like that. Looks quite interesting. And then on this side, I've had these already done. I had some music paper that I'd just decoupaged with some napkins. And I'd got several, and they were a bit thin, and they wouldn't have really taken, you know, if they were a pocket, they wouldn't have taken anything going in and out. So all I've done is just backed them with some book page that I didn't particularly want showing. So I've just backed them on those just to give them a bit more strength so I can make them into pockets. So I want one on there. Wow, that looks so different now I've done that. I like that. So I'm just looking which one of these I really like. That one's a bit small, so I maybe won't go with that one. See, that's got a stamped bird on it, but that's got two birds on it, and I'm not sure whether I like that with the owl. So I think I'm going to go with this one. I'm going to go with that, and all I'm going to do with this is just put some, oh, I've put my actual, oh, I've put my sponge away that I'm, you know, that I've been using all the time for this. I've put it, so I'm just going to just sponge some of this with, what's this one called? Rusty Hinge. That's the one I'm using at the moment. And so I'm going around the edge, but I'm also just colouring in over the top of the Mod Podge, because this has all had Mod Podge over the napkin, but I'm just going to do that down on there. And then I'm going to glue it down 3 sides and just make this into a pocket. And I've got my big paper clips ready to clip it down, and then we'll get this. I've just gone through my glues and realised I need to order some more. Well, I was going to order some more art glitter glue, but I could only find it in a 16-ounce bottle, and it was £40 odd, I think. And although it would last a long time, £40 just to, you know, to lay out in one amount for the glue. I couldn't get I like, what's the size I normally have? I normally have an 8-ounce or a 4-ounce, and last time I could only get a 2-ounce, which is this one I'm using now, which won't, you know, won't probably last, well, it will, it'll last a while, but, you know, I've had that other one forever. I thought, well, I'll get one now while I'm thinking about it, because I don't know how long this 2-ounce one's going to last, and I'm going to forget about getting it and not have any. I've got my Fabri-Tac, but I must admit I love my Fabri-Tac for, you know, obviously where there is fabric, but what I've found since I've been using this art glitter glue is that this is a bit more forgiving. If you get a bit on the outside and it squeezes out, it dries clear, whereas the Fabri-Tac leaves like a shiny effect, and I'm a bit clumsy with it. I seem to get it all over. Other glues that, you know, wet glues that I've tried take too long to dry and they're too wet. But anyway, I couldn't get any art glitter glue. Well, I could, but not in the price range I wanted to pay. So, or without a lot of postage added. So I've gone for Eileen's tacky glue, and I've seen people use it, but I've no idea what it's like. But I had to buy 5. It was still cheaper than 1 bottle of the art glitter glue though. So there were 4-ounce bottles. They haven't arrived yet. 4-ounce bottles, and I got 5 cheaper, and they were free. I have Amazon Prime, so they were free delivery, and that was on Amazon. They were cheaper than my 8-ounce, the last 8-ounce bottle I got of this. I can't get one at the minute, but that was like 20, is it £19 or £20, something like that. And these ones that I've ordered, for 5 of them, I think they've worked out at £16. So I will be trying them for a while because I've got 5. So I'll have to see how we get on with it. I'm going to try it alongside using my art glitter glue, and then if I find that I don't really get on with it, I'll still have to use it, but I'll use it, you know, when I'm off not doing a video, so that if it takes ages to dry or something. So I'm gonna be trying that, so you'll probably see me trying it out. We'll see how we get on with it. Right, I'm just making sure. Yeah, so that's a pocket there. Obviously it needs to do a lot of drying. Now I've got to think about what I'm going to do on here. So this is just a bit of my paper that I'd got some avocado and just coffee stain in, and then on this side I've stenciled, and this is just gesso with stenciling and just some different colours in the background. I want a bit of that on there. I'm not sure because it is quite good for the colouring, but I have got some, I've got some coffee dye paper, but I've also got some copied coffee dye paper. I also like this one, so I might put a little bit of that in the background first. I'm just looking how I'm going to do this, because I do want to cover up that. Let's just have a look. Take some of this straight edge off. I'm going to be real good and pop that in the bin, even though I'll probably find somewhere for it. At some point you've just got to be a little bit, you know, you can't keep everything. I'm just getting to the point that I've got that many little bits, I'm getting overrun with them, so yeah, I quite like that on there. I'm just trying to use what I've got still left to me rather than bringing more out. I don't think I've got anything. I've got a lot of purple flowers. I mean, looking at these, and I've got a lot of purple flowers, but I quite like this one. This is one of my favourite. I've got loads of these in the garden. I just think they're so interesting. Let's have a look, see if I can tear this down. This is really, it's from a herb book, and it's really strong paper. When I say, oh, I've got no book pages to sort of cover up and do, not that I want to cover up, because these, I really like these pages, and I don't always want to cover them. I like to keep them for, you know, for things like this. I'm going to try and put a bit of that just on there, because I really like that. I like that too. I'm going to tear this down a bit more, but I'm just looking at what I've got. I'm not keeping that. I will keep it, but I'm not putting it on here, I mean. I'm just going to take a bit of this off, and then I can put something underneath this. Right, move that out the way. Tear a bit off this top. Yeah, it's really good thick paper, this. It's lovely. Yeah, I love the way these grow, and all the bits grow off them, and then this piece grows up here. I love them. What was it called? Just turn it off. I don't know what it's called now. I've torn one of the little bits off just by accident, actually. I wasn't looking what I was doing, but that's fine. Now I don't know whether I maybe want that there. Right, let's have a look. Let's get some backing on this. So let's find my, what have I done with my tear roller? It's here somewhere. Let's just get some of this paper off. I could have done this first and haven't. get these edges off. So I've got the lovely coffee dyed on the other side as well, so I might be able to flip it and use a bit of both. Ooh, I tore that without using the ruler then. To be fair, I don't always use the ruler, but if I want it a bit straighter, the torn edge but in a straighter line, I tend to use it, because when I tear by hand I get it all over the place. Right, so I want to just cover up a little bit of this. So this is where I'm going to do a bit of sort of hand tearing now, so I'm going to go straight down there, just to make it a little bit more. That's better. And I could actually go all the way down with this and then do something else. So let's have a look. That's it. And just put that on there first. I do like that. I like that on there. But I also liked a bit of this, so I'm not sure. I'm just looking at what I'm going to do with this. Yeah, I'm going to tear a bit of this down. No, I do one thing and then change my mind and do something else. So I quite like that there. And then I thought, no, don't like that piece now. I've torn it down. Let's have a look. So I think I'm going to go with that piece down there. And then that piece there. Like that. And then am I going to put let's have a look. Let's get these down, because I can be umming and ahhing all day, and I just need them down, don't I? I do love how these papers turn out when you're just experimenting with paints. Right, I'm not putting right to the crease, so I'll have trouble when I'm folding the pages over. So I'll put that there. It's just really to get rid of a little bit of this writing. I'm just looking which way I prefer. I prefer it that way around. I'm saying this paper is the one I photocopied. Again, it's the one with the salt effect on the back. Once we get a bit warmer weather, I need to get outside and get some papers done. Still got quite a lot left, but I like to make most of the summer days and get them done. I try not to do, I mean, I do coffee dyeing in the winter, but I do the pages separately and just leave them dry. I don't do bulk coffee dyeing usually in the winter. I have done in the past, but it just takes a long time and it's a bit messy, and so I don't do it. I do like that. I want that on there, but I don't know where I want it. I don't think, if I'm putting that on, I don't think I'm getting any effect with that. I think, no, I'm not putting that on. I think I'm going to just put a bit more stenciling on here before I do anything else. I've decided I'm going to use my honeycomb one, and I might as well go with the rusty hinge, being as I've got this out. I've put this away again. So I'm just going to put a tiny piece on it, just so that it sort of brings this page in. That's it. Yeah, it's just filled that gap. Let's have a look, see if that's better. See if I like that better. Yeah, I do. I like the fact that there's something going on. I still want something else there. I think I'm going to use a bit of this. I'm going to put my lid on. And let me have a look what colour I've got here. Have I got to... Let's try this. Oh, got I got this walnut stain. I wanted to try this, but it came. I'd ordered a distress oxide instead of just the distressed one. So I've tried it, and it's not the colour I thought it would be, because obviously it's in the distressed one. So in the oxide one, I mean. So it's all right, I like it, but it's not what I wanted it for, because I have got a pen, one of the distress pens in the walnut stain. It's a completely different colour. That's it. So I have used this with the ready colour, but I just thought I'd put a bit of that on there. I didn't want to introduce another stencil in, but I wanted to introduce a bit of another colour in there. So I'll have that. Doesn't actually matter if I get a bit of this on here, really, because it's only my papers. So just put a bit of that on there. And I wanted to cover it with some of my papers and just something in the background on these, just for a bit of different interest. And then just to use something like this. This needs, I know what this needs. It needs a bit of colouring and a bit of inking around the edges. It was just a bit too white. So we'll have a bit. Get a bit more on that. That's better. Right, let's just get a bit of this colour off. So I've got. Don't want it too coloured when I colour it. Oops. Yeah, I like that a bit better. It still wants something else, but I don't know what. Let's have a look at another piece. Let's just put this paper just down this middle. If in doubt, get a bit of book page going on. Let's have a look. It's that bit there I wanted covering. So if I was to put that there, I want something covering there. If I put that there, I want something covering there. Yeah, so that's where I want it there. So let's get this down. Just get this bit. I just want to make sure I get this bit covered first. That's it. Let's get that down. This is a new glue and I'm already pressing too hard. I know I'm doing it, but I can't stop myself. That's just like a bit of a collaging page, just for a bit of interest, just because I didn't want what was on there. It could do with something there, because I've just got a bit of the old writing showing. Have I got anything that I can just put on? Have I got any wording that's... I've got loads of wording, but whether I've got anything right is another matter. Doesn't matter how many you have, you've never got everything you want, obviously. What's that say? A flower in a letter. Don't know what that means. Flower in a letter. But I'm going to put that there, just because I found it and that's all there is there. So, I'm not even sure what this has come off. But it can just go where I've got some writing there. And it's got something else on the back of it because I've printed on something else. Yeah. And then, as I say, that'll want some kind of a tag in it, but I don't know what yet. So yeah, so that's as far as I've got there. I'm going to have a look at another page and we'll see how far we get. This one, I'm going to look for the similar page in the next signature. Now, my preferred journals are one signature. What I find is when I do multiple signatures, I don't like to mirror image exactly what I've done here in the next signature and the next signature. I like to do something different. Sort of on the same lines, you know, the fact that I'm going to collage on it and I'm going to do some stenciling, but I do it completely different usually. Sometimes I don't even do that. Sometimes I'll put a pocket on the next one. You know, I do whatever I feel I like when I get to it. So for that reason, I sometimes find just a one signature's better. Right, so that's, where's the end of... That's the end of one signature, so I'm looking for that in this signature. Bits of paper hanging about. Is it? Oh, was it that one? Yeah. So I've sort of done something similar on each one. These are exactly the same, to be fair. But then on like on this one, I've got an envelope in between. You know how we covered the other envelope, you know, the bit that was sticking out? Well, I've got that side of it there. So, I'm going to do something on here. And because this is in between here, hoping you can see, I'm going to put a bit of stenciling top and bottom as well. So I'm going to do that little bit first. And I think I'm going to introduce a little bit of red on here. On this one, might put a bit of this on first, just, and then put a bit of red in. I really like this stencil. Yeah, so I like that. And then we'll just have, where did I put my red? Oh, it's there. So I wasn't sure. This feels really gritty, and I don't know whether it's started to dry out. It certainly feels different to the other ones. I've not felt that before on them. It works well. It's okay. It's just feels a bit gritty. Want to see what that looks like. Yeah, then I might come in with something else. I'm going to get this on here as well. I really like this stencil. This one's lovely. Right, we'll go with a bit of walnut stain. I think, is that the walnut stain one? Yeah, you see this one, this is an oxide one, and it doesn't have that gritty feeling, so I don't quite know why. I mean, not particularly a problem, it just feels different. And it still works very well, the red one, but I say it just feels a bit strange. Yeah, so I quite like that. I'm not going to go any more with that because I could go mad with it. And then I'm just going to introduce a bit of this walnut stain just on here. I might even put a bit just on that envelope just to carry the theme through a little bit. And just do a bit there too. And maybe just a bit down these sides. That's it. Just a little bit. I do like the stencil look in the background, and I mean, I watch a lot of people do it, and I think the way they do it's fabulous when they do very light. But I'm not light. I'm very heavy-handed. I do what I like, and you know, I mean, obviously, there is some really clever artists out there. I'm just a crafter. I just buy materials and experiment with them and find what I like. I don't class myself as anything other than a very enthusiastic crafter. I really enjoy what I do, and I like to share what I do. Whether anybody wants to watch it is another matter, but I like to just share what I do. I'm not actually covering that up, I don't think. I'm just looking at this and thinking I might leave that because I really like that anyway. I'm just looking what I want to. I'm determined I'm going to use this, aren't I? But I do like the colours on there. What else have I got? Have I got anything else I prefer? Don't like that. Not on this particular. Got a bit of this that's sort of got a bit of everything on it. Bit of stenciling and a bit of gold going on there. I like that. Yeah, I'm taking into account I've got something else in the middle of here, so on this one, I think if I just tear this down a little bit. I've got loads of other bits here, but the thick, well, like this is as well, thicker paper, and I don't want it to be too thick. I do quite like that. I think if I put that on there, I'm wondering if I look for a butterfly or something, or I've got some of these, but I think these are too tiny. I just haven't put these away. That's what made me say butterfly, because I've just thought of these, but they're a little bit too small, and I think the colours are a bit blendy anyway. I don't think they'll. I quite like that one just on there. Have I got anything else that I like? No, a lot of them are just blending in. These are just things I stamp out. If I've got a bit of you know, something left over, I think, well, yeah, I might just put a couple of those on. They're very tiny. I really do not know. What's that one? Oh, that's pretty. Oh, I like that. Let's see then. I'm just actually looking at the other side. The other side of this, but I think it's just a bit too pinky. I don't know. I quite like that actually. Why did I put that other piece that I just had? I might just. I don't know what I did with it. I put it in my pot next to me, but now I'm looking for it. All little tiny bits. No, can't find it now. You know how I had a little bit torn off? I'm just looking, do I want that there, like that? I really don't know. I quite like that, just onto the wording. I've got a bit of that there. I wonder if I just, this is just the other side of this. I wonder if I just put a bit of that on there. Don't know. I like the wording native toadstools because I am leaving the toadstools out. I had 2 butterflies, didn't I, that I thought I might put on there too. So I've still got those. I've got a bit of this, but it's quite thick. But I actually really like that. I think I'm just going to... Oh, there's that other piece that I had. This is the other bit. I'm just wondering if I liked that. Let's get rid of that a minute. I'm going to leave the wording, the native toadstools, because I liked that. I'm just looking at this. I'm messing about on one of them days where I can't just make my mind up. Quite like that. Do I want a bit of that? So it's quite, as I say, it's quite thick, this. Or do I just want a bit of this really thin pinky paper? Just quite like this pinky feel to it. Yeah, I think I'm going to go with a bit of this. So I think I'm going to put that down. Yeah, I'm going to put this down first. And I'm going to get that as close. So let's just straighten this edge up a little bit. Just so I can get that as close to there as I can. That's fine. Yeah, I like that. Let me move these bits as they're going to be in my way. And let's have a look at this. As I say, I'm using up bits that I've got, so I haven't got all the same to do all 3 signatures the same. So, you know, I've got some common elements because I've got the stenciling in the background, but I do like to just do what I think when I get on the page. Right, so I'm just looking which is, yes, I'm not using all this because I don't need it all. And I'm just going to put that up a little bit, I think, up there, so it goes right under that wording. This is, this paper's probably, it's either watercolour or mixed media, a mixed media pad paper, and so it's quite thick, because this will just be from one of the days then when I've been messing about, because that's my favourite thing to do, get my stencils out, my paints out, and yeah, I like that. As you can see, I like things very busy. I do really like that. I think now my butterfly might go on there, so I might manage one on there. I like 3s really. I do like this. Yes, I'm just going to try and do these edges a little bit. I don't think I'll manage much, but I can do a little bit. Get more on my fingers than I do on the piece. So I'm just sort of filling in the white spaces and going around these edges a little bit. But say it's quite difficult to get in all the pieces and behind everything. Just do what I think looks right. So I want to put that there because I actually really like that. I'm just looking where these butterflies go. Do I want one in that space there? And I think I want one. I've put them away now. Oh, they're not there. Let's see if I can just find one more. I say they're difficult because I could look for something. No, that one will be fine. Found one with a bit of green and white on. That one will be all right, I think. And then I'm going to have to stop crafting and go and do some work. Don't really want to do. I could sit here all day, but I have got some hoovering that needs doing and just some general cleaning. So I'd much rather be in here crafting, but when you've got a white furry dog, you can't just leave it. We've just been, I've just trimmed him best I can because you couldn't see his eyes were, I mean I normally take him somewhere, but at the moment we can't do that, so I've had to buy some trimmers and do it myself. But I say he's got all these lumps on him, so it's very difficult, and my daughter normally helps me do it, so I've just had to sort of best I can. He's ever so good. He just sits there. We've got a little table and I just put a towel on the table so he doesn't slip, and he just sits there, doesn't bat an eyelid, he doesn't care. As long as you're giving him attention. I mean, he always gets good attention, he doesn't get any bad negative attention. So as long as you're giving him attention, he's happy. My husband's got a grabber and he aggravates, well, I say aggravates light item, he doesn't actually because Oscar loves it, but he gets this grabber and he strokes him with the grabber. So as soon as Oscar hears the grabber, he knows he's gonna stroke him with it because he can't reach him. So he strokes him with this grabber, and it's so funny to watch him because he just lays there and enjoys. You know, he's not scared of anything. He just lays there and I mean, he's been our dog from day one, so you know, it's not like when you get a rescue dog and you don't know what their past life's been. And right, so I've been nattering on and just getting on with this and not really showing you what I'm doing. So I've just done the stenciling. I did find that I wanted on there, just a little bit of collaging in the background, and I was determined I was going to have 3 butterflies on there. So do you see what I mean? I mean, that one there is completely different to that one. Same sort of principle, but different. Because the pages are different, so I've just gone with what we've got on the page. But I really do like that. And then just on this page, just because it's showing top and bottom, I've just brought it in a little bit. So that's that. We'll look for the 3rd signature and see what we're going to do with that one next, I think. I shall be back to you shortly with another video, but in the meantime, keep safe and I'll be back to you soon. Bye for now.